This is the new Super Pre by Bergantino, a programmable preamp based on their amazing B-amp. It's basically something like a Helix, but for sound purists, all in the stunning quality we know from this American brand, so let's check it out. Hi everyone, welcome to Bass the World. My name is Gregor Fries and today I'm accompanied by my buddy Phil Rehm playing his personal Dingwall, Super J. Bergantino is a brand with a mission. They have a certain sound and this sound could be described as like your bass, but louder. They build amps that don't color your sound at all, at least in their default setting. These are tools for professional bass players who want to control all their dynamics with their playing and get out of their speakers exactly what they're sending in. The Super Pre is designed with the same concept in mind, only that it's of course not an amp, but something for your pedal board or a desktop unit for recording. That was the built-in overdrive in a medium gain setting, and now let's have a look at the controls. This centerpiece is a crisp looking OLED display. Here's where you see what's currently going on, and here's where you get guided through the menu when you want to create new profiles or change a setting. Underneath sit 4 controls to make these changes. Of course their function changes depending on where you are on the menu right now. As default they are a 4-band EQ, similar to what you would find on an amp. On the left we have our input gain and a master volume with overload LED, and to the right of the display sits a program and a mute button. Finally we have our foot switches. The first 3 are your memory slots and the 4th one is also a mute, like the little button above. If you press these 2 or these 2 together you can go banks up and down, and there are 7 banks, that means we have 21 memory slots in total. To save something like this, a super clean sound with strong parallel compression. I'm very familiar with Bergantino amps, but I'm still surprised how clean this preamp sounds when they record it directly, as we did here. But now let's move on to the back of the pedal and see the in and outputs. It starts on the right with your bass and a little aux in above. Then we have 2 DI outs. Pre is your direct bass signal, post is your bass with the sound chosen in the unit. Then we have an effects loop, a line and a headphone out. The USB port here has different functions. You can use it to connect a separate Bluetooth foot switch. It's there to load new speaker files to the unit and also to export your patches or scenes as they're called here, to save them on your computer or send them to a friend who owns a Super Pre too. And finally we have our power in that allows 9 to 12 volts and anything from 500 milliamps upwards. Now let's hear a fuzz sound that we made with these Super Pre. When it comes to using the Super Pre, it's not unlike something like a Line 6 Helix, only that the focus here is on completely different things. You can build these scenes with EQ, high and low pass filters, even different compression and drive options, but that's it. There are no 1,000 other effects and there are also no impulse responses simulating the sound of a speaker cabinet. But it has something different, basically the complete opposite of a cab sim. If you use this with a power amp and own a Bergantino cabinet, you can download the right file for that cabinet onto the Super Pre, and then it will compensate for the sound characteristics of the speakers and make it sound completely flat and neutral. This is obviously much more important for the amps, but it doesn't hurt that they also put it in here. There's also a tuner option when the pedal is muted and the EQ is nice and complex. This is a really cool pedal if you want the programmable functionality of a modular like the Helix, but it's just too much and you prefer the sound of linear high-end amps. I love that compared to a modern modeler, this is a really minimalistic design. There's a big group of players who have not caught up with modelers yet and never will. This is the perfect compromise. It has the functionality, you can build different sounds that you need for a set and have them all in one bank, but it's none of these digital pedals that give you an overwhelming amount of effects and submenu after submenu to tweak each and every imaginable parameter. So, the Super Pre from Bergantino, an interesting new addition to their lineup. It's their first pedal, so congrats Jim, Holly and everyone else at Bergantino. Great job, very well done. And if you want to check it out by yourself, please click the links in the video description below, leading you to different dealers who sell these. And of course also their website. And that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. See you again here in a few days. In the meantime, watch some other videos on our channels and bye bye. Bass, bro.